Hi, everybody. Hello. So here we are once again with this series of interviews that we are having lately. And today I have the pleasure to introduce you to my dear friend Martin O'Connor, who is going to talk to us about living la vida. I don't know if living la vida loca in Spain. He is from England, but he moved to Spain not long ago. And he's going to talk to us about what things are like when you move to a foreign country. So first of all, thank you very much, Martin, for taking the time to be with us today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So Martin, tell us a bit. So first of all, why did you decide to move to Spain? And was it an easy decision?
Why did I decide to move to Spain? I've always loved the country Spain, from going on holiday from England to Spain on holiday. Always loved the way of life, and eventually I married a Spanish woman, and it was a perfect opportunity to live my dream and come to Spain.
And you also have children, so
we have two very young children as well. Yeah, so they've adapted very well.
Brilliant. And what was it easy to decide to come to live here, or did the children make it any easier? Was it more difficult? Did you have a lot to think about?
We'd actually planned the move. It wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. We'd planned the move for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, we planned it for 3 years, and we eventually, after around about the 3rd year, we said, yes, the time is right now. The children are a good age. They had a basic education in London, both speaking English, and so it was a good time, actually a very good time to move. Yeah.
Brilliant. And what has it been like so far? Has it been very different from what you expected?
Yes, completely different. It's completely different. When you're coming over here on vacation, and then you're going back to England again, so you're just enjoying it and going to restaurants and going to bars. But now I'm living the real life now, and yes, it is different.
And so what are some of the most shocking or surprising things that you've found compared to your, to how things are in England and to the culture?
Probably one of the major things I found is the times that the shops are open for times of business. Probably the main one is the banking systems. All the banks are closed here at 2 o'clock, and that's it. If you don't get to the bank by 2 o'clock, that's it. It's finished. Whereas in England, normal working people who will work Monday to Friday will do their banking business on Saturday, and the banks are open till 5 o'clock on Saturday. So yeah, nothing. And Sunday, everything closed as well on Sunday. So that's been a major shock to me.
That's right. The timings are very different. Also in terms of lunch time and dinner time.
Yes, of course. Lunchtime in England will be maybe 12 o'clock, between 12 and 1. Whereas over here it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yes, and the time people go out as well in the evenings. You're going out at maybe 9 o'clock, 9:30, 9:30 to go to restaurants, whereas people will be coming home in England at that time.
And what about, so in terms of, the culture and things, because you live now very close to Seville. So it's this very Andalusian culture. Have you found anything that is like very surprising to what you know? I mean, obviously being married with a Spanish person probably helps, and you are already very aware of the culture. But was there anything else that shocked you or surprised you?
Probably yes, probably some nice things, and the Andalusian culture and the parades and the festivals. It's fantastic, and it's really beautiful to see. One of the big things that did surprise me in Andalusia, they have their own dialect. I'm finding it hard to learn Spanish, and then I got to learn Andalusian as well. They abbreviate on a lot of the words.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that means your wife needs to speak to you more in Spanish.
Totally agree.
And obviously with the children going to school now,
Yeah.
they'll start speaking. Do they speak
Oh,
in English to you, or they speak in Spanish?
they speak in English to me, and to their mum just switch straight away in Spanish. So Tommy, my youngest, Tommy, my elder one, who's 4, he's been going to school over here now for maybe a year and a half. He's speaking fluent Spanish. It's fantastic, and he'll switch between me. I actually take him to the shops with me, so he helps me with.
That's brilliant. Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to copy something from them. Yeah, in terms of learning a language, I think it's because they don't really care. You know, it's not about whether they do it right or wrong. They just
Yes.
copy
Yeah.
what they hear, and that's it.
Absolutely right. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what would you say are the pluses of living in Spain?
The pluses of living in Spain. It's fantastic climate. It's family friendly. The weather, the culture, new things to discover all the time. Yes, I've got no sort of problems that I moved here. Don't hesitate at all to come here. But it's fantastic.
So, would you recommend it to anybody?
Definitely recommend it. But if you are going to go to any foreign country, whether it be Spain or a different foreign country, learn a bit about the language. Definitely try to learn the basics before you go, and a bit of the culture.
Uh-huh. What other tips would you give to someone who's thinking of moving abroad, even if it's not Spain, you know, to another country? So one of the things is obviously to learn a little bit about the language.
Yes.
But are there any other tips that now with time you've realized, oh, you know, I wish I've done this before? Or
Yes, there are things. When I've come over here, I was quite up on knowledge and law and these type of things in England. I found when I come over here, I know nothing. I know nothing. It's like being like a child again. I don't know how to read. I can't read. Well, I can read very basic. I can't read Spanish. I've talked Spanish very little to speak it. So it's like going back in childhood again, and you need to get up to speed very fast. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say to look up, educate yourself, find out what country you want to go to, look up a lot and just learn before you go, and make sure you do enough planning. Don't just go on the spur of the moment, because things could go terribly wrong. I was lucky that I have a Spanish wife, and she helped me through things. But I think if I'd have just come on my own, and I went to the dentist. I went to the dentist the other day, and they gave me a form to fill out. I couldn't even read. It's just full in Spanish, where maybe in England you'd get it in about 5 languages. This form in about 5 languages, and you'd understand one of the languages. But here, it's Spanish or nothing, and it's you know, I appreciate it because it makes you want to learn the language.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's actually to prepare yourself for your everyday life, really. So basic things like even going to the bank and open a bank account, or you know, going to the dentist, like you say, or going to the doctors and register.
Yes, yeah.
Very useful tips, definitely.
Yeah. Hopefully, someone will take these on board and realise.
Have you gone through any like different phases? Because I remember when I moved to England, there is a first phase when you are super excited because everything is different and exciting. And obviously you are in the country because you wanted to be there. And then after some time, there is this, I think they call it cultural shock period, where everything that you found exciting now suddenly is not exciting anymore. It's almost like an annoyance, you know, that they do things differently. Have you gone through any of this?
I did go through that, and like with the shops and the banks, but I've had to take it for granted now. And I thought, oh well, that's the way it is. You must join into that. So you make sure you get up in the morning, and you make sure you get to the bank on time, and and I think it's one step at a time as well, isn't it?
you find it hard because it takes a little bit of time to get used to these things, and then after that, that's it. Then they become part of your life, and that'll be.
You adjust to. I've only been here just over 4 months now, permanently. But I was travelling backwards and forwards. Last year, I done 24 flights between London but it just got too much and too expensive. So that's when we planned to come out here permanently. And overall, I don't regret, and I'm still living and learning and enjoying.
That's brilliant. Well, I want to thank you once again for doing this and sharing your tips and your experience. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you the very best of luck with your family in your new life in Seville.
Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Thank you.